Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, let me get really ready here. Apologize. Second, one more thing. Good afternoon, good evening, Hotep, peace and blessings. You're tuned in to Holler at the Success Scholar with the Honorable One, the Success Scholar himself, Haki Ammi. Thank you all for tuning in and listening in. Man, it's just a beautiful, beautiful day. Everything has been great today. Had a good opportunity to get some rest in, and it's just good to follow good brother Roland Grimes here, ended up in the good brothers that were in the studio with him. So, man, just got a wonderful, wonderful show lined up with awesome sister that's going to be calling in a second. Sister Ari Squires, phenomenal sister that came to the Power Networking Conference just this past 3 weeks ago now. So she actually had a table and was very, very supportive there. So yeah, thank you, Brother David Murphy. Thank you all for tuning in. So I'm on each and every Monday, 8 to 9 p.m. on eLife Media, broadcasting live at 9185 Central Avenue in Capitol Heights, Maryland. And so definitely thank everybody for tuning in here, and everybody who have been sharing, yes, indeed, sharing our broadcast, the powerful line-ups that we've been having. It started off with just myself, and then we had Stan Richards and Brother Greg Adams and Brother Michael Graham, several other, Sister Kimberly Connor, Sister China last week, as well as Latoya Johnson last week. So that was just an awesome opportunity. So, and soon, hopefully, we'll have some definite continued heavy hitters calling in and coming in. For those that are in this particular area, please, definitely reach out. We're looking for sponsors, advertisers here on elifemedia.com, and you can upload the Ustream app so you can watch previous shows on your phone, as well as go to the eLife Media YouTube page to see all of the previous YouTube shows that we've done. So a lot of good things are happening, brothers and sisters. I'm just excited. But before I share that, let me just share some things that are coming up here. Of course, the Power Talk. I got it right here. You may not be able to see it, but at least I see it, and I can tell you what I'm showing here. Power Talk coming up, and Brother Carl Nelson of Kathy Hughes, 1450. And Friday, they're going to have Professor Griff, Dr. Booker Coleman, many people know him from the Hidden Colors series, Dr. James Klingman, Reverend Willie Wilson, Dr. Julius Garvey, and Dr. Ava Muhammad. That's a powerful lineup for Saturday. For Friday. That's like dope. And so that's leading off on Friday, June the 17th. So I'm excited. I am a sponsor of that. So you all that will be there, and my good sister Latoya, she agreed to co-sponsor with me as well. And then on Saturday, June the 18th, both of these events are going to be at Reverend Willie Wilson's Union Temple Church. Dr. Leonard Jeffries, Dr. Patricia Newton, who was in Hidden Colors, this series, Dr. Anthony Brada, Baba Dick Gregory, Dr. Malife Asante, and Dr. Claude Anderson. So this is a power lineup if I ever saw one. And yes, I am a sponsor, one of the co-sponsors of this event. So you will see me around and hearing more about that event then. So let me see if the sister, I don't know if she's ready to call in yet, but let me take a little second to bring out my book here and several of the books that I've been promoting. I just got a influx of the documentaries in for 7 a.m. 7 a.m. I apologize. And let me grab my apologize. Let me kind of do this thing right here and put it up on the screen. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take a quick little break here with that. Just a second. Thanks. All right. Yes, I'm back. Yes. So, yeah, as I was, definitely want to plug a few things. And this year at the Power Talk, there's going to be the first annual Dr. Francis Cress Welsing Award. And, as a sponsor of this event, we have this, what I'm calling the commemorative Power Talk DVD Part 3 edition that I did. I had Dr. Francis Cress Welsing in Baltimore about, 2012, 2013, I believe. We had over 350 people present at that event. And so this is the DVD. And as you can see, my picture with Dr. Welsing on the back, and so we really want to pump this up and get yourself a commemorative edition of this. I believe it's like 3 hours of Dr. Francis Cress Welsing speak, 2.5, 2:45, something like that, of Dr. Francis Cress Welsing speaking. So definitely get that, as well as 7 a.m. 7 a.m. We just did a screening. I'm just coming back from the New York area. And we anticipate everyone at home. Hey, Akina. Everyone at home, 7 a.m. And the Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, yes, commemorative DVD, I'm sorry. And, of course, the 7 a.m. As well as, okay, gotcha. Yeah, as well as, brothers and sisters, of course, Damon John will be in she can't get through. She said it going to voicemail. The Power of Broke film with Damon John. He will be in town coming up in August the 24th and 25th in Baltimore, as well as in D.C. So I'm just looking forward to that. So this is his book. I have more copies of that coming in. I'll check see if Sister called in. As well as, of course, my book, best-selling book, Mission Unstoppable, Extraordinary Stories of Failure's Blessing. And I just had a good brother. He kind of got this book from me. I ain't seen him in a while, Brother Jegna Fit. So thank you, brother, for getting that. I'll post that picture real soon. So let me let the sister know to try back. Yeah. Pardon, we having some little difficulties with getting our guest on, our phenomenal guest, our Sister Ari Squires. And so for those who may not know, definitely, again, we got this coming up, a lot of stuff working, with some film work in the Baltimore area. I suppose they had a meeting today, but that didn't. One of the gentlemen was sick today, so we couldn't get that through. So now we have our guest on. And let me make sure this sound is good too, brother. I don't know if I'm hearing it in my sound. I know you said you're hearing it, but so definitely, brother and sister, I want to thank you all again. And I have my guest on, I believe, Sister Ari. Can you hear me?
And how are you?
Great. It's awesome. How am I sounding? Sounding good here?
Yes, you sound great. How do I sound?
Okay. All right. I got you loud and clear. I think everyone read you loud and clear. I want to tell everybody at home we have Sister Ari Squires on, and you can look at it on Ustream on your app. The further, listen to this broadcast, a phenomenal sister doing some phenomenal work out of Well, I guess you're actually you're from here now, so we're gonna claim you to the East Coast side. But a sister from the California who's doing some phenomenal work has an awesome book out, release the chains, a woman's roadmap for finding the strength to reclaim her destiny. And I've been reading through your book some today to prepare for this, sister. And you have the push planner, for professionals. And me and my queen, we were reading it through it today. So and we're catching up. We're catching up, sister. So thank you and welcome to Holler the Success Scholar on eLife. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Haki. I'm excited to be here and just talk to you about business and learning and wisdom and growth. So thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so you are a success coach, right?
Yes, I would consider myself a success strategist.
Success strategist.
There's coaching and then there's strategy. And so strategy, I like to, put that in there because, if we don't plan, we'll fail. If we don't have a plan, if we don't have any strategy, if we don't put anything on paper, that's why I developed the push planner. We really don't know really where we're trying to go. So I like to help people strategize for their success.
Wow. Now, before we go into this push planner, so where, many people, they see you, hear your story, they can't believe, where you come from. I mean, and we're not going to dwell, that far, but into your background, but many people this push plan is awesome. So you devised this yourself?
I did, yes. What I did is I created something and I put it all in one place that I have been using in my own business to generate success in my own businesses. And I noticed that, I used to be all over the place. I would have things written down on sticky notes. I had all these different notebooks with notes from conversations that I would have with powerful people. And, I had all these ideas and these plans and just things written everywhere. And I was like, it would be really cool if I could just create something for myself that I could use, that's actually going to keep me productive. Because in business, right, Haki, we have to be productive or we won't get anything done. We'll spend too much time on Facebook. Like, we really do need goals. That's why I'm really big on strategy. So I put this push planner together to help, entrepreneurs. Well, mainly at first, it was myself to be productive, to reach my goals, to set my financial goals and actually reach them, and to have a place where I could keep all my contacts, for like conference calls like today I put in my push planner, just so I don't forget, and how to follow up with people, because that's the key to success. So in the push planner, not only do you have the capability to devise a business plan, because many entrepreneurs, jump into entrepreneurship without a plan, without even a business plan. So this helps you put together your sales and marketing plan, and then throughout each week, throughout the year, you can, write in those follow-ups, that you need to, those key people that you need to follow up with that are going to generate some income or build some relationships. So, yes, so that's where it kind of came from, and I let some of my business clients use it, and they loved it. And I said, okay, I'm going to get with a graphic designer and put this out on the market, and it has been just blowing up. It's been very, very successful. People love it.
Yes, definitely. It's well designed, everyone. And, I would, as I was browsing through it, has a good, very professional look to it. And it's just beautiful the whole way through. So, this is a phenomenal work. And I think, this can be like utilized for all different types of professionals and, just people that want to be more conscious about your time and what you're doing. So I'm looking through your big goal for the year. Oh my God, it's just great. I was looking through it. I was like, yeah, this is really good. It helps to get you on point. Because like you said, being all over the place with different sheets of paper and but to have things in one place is phenomenal. So I applaud that. So in terms of some of your clients that you've had over the years, what made you? Let's just go with that. Like, what made you? Like, what inspired you?
Mm. Well, long story short, I've always been an entrepreneur. Even when I was a young girl, I used to sell my Barbie dolls at like 7 years old, 8 years old. I would rather sell them than trade them with my girlfriends. I just had this entrepreneurial mindset all my life, and so I had tried many businesses. Nothing really, did too well. And if you read my bio or read my book, you'll learn that I was in the streets. I was hustling. I was selling drugs. I was hanging around gang members, and doing all those things that I should not have been doing, and ended up incarcerated. And during that time of incarceration, like 2 days before I got out, I just started to write a plan for myself. I said, this is not what I want. When someone came in and she was a drug addict and she was a prostitute, and I was just looking at her like, wow, I deserve more than this. I'm better than this. I wasn't raised like this. My mom was a child psychologist, upper middle class, very intelligent, and this is not how I was raised. I was straight A student, so on and so forth. So. But I just had that entrepreneur spirit, so I said I was going to do something different. I put together a plan. I moved to Washington, D.C., here on the East Coast. Loved it, graduated, got a job, hated it. Those of us who have entrepreneur spirits, we prefer to work for ourselves. So I quit, and I started a dance school, and I operated my dance school for 10 years straight, and dance and performing arts school. And then within the last 2 years of that, I started to lose my passion for it. And women started coming up to me, and they were saying, hey, can you come and speak at our event on business? Can you help me with my business? You're so successful, and you're always here, and you do things so professionally, and and I really admire what you're doing. Can you help me? And I just started helping women, just giving them advice and giving them tips and strategies, and helping them with their business plans and so on and so forth. And then I really started liking it, Haki. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, because I was never a dancer. I just started the dance schools because our young black girls needed a place where they can come and be empowered among, you know what I'm saying, like just come a place where they can come and build their self-confidence, because that was something that I lacked. And so here I was now, I was teaching women how to do something that I had always been such an advocate for, something I had just always loved to do. And so, then I said, well, you know what? I ended up going to a business conference, and I met a business coach. And I was like, wow, people get paid. And I invested $16,000 in coaching.
What?
Wow.
You put up $16,000.
I did.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I have gotten that back.
Yeah, I'm sure, right. I feel you.
It was definitely an investment. But then what I saw, then I started seeing, and this was like 2 years ago. Wait, let me see. This was like 3 years ago. Now everybody's a business coach, and they don't even have business experience, but we're not going to talk about that. But, I saw that, wow, you could actually have a career, a viable career, teaching people what I love, what I've been doing all my life, all my trials and tribulations and everything that I've learned and all of my experience. I can teach it to someone so they don't have to go through a lot of the things that I went through and make a lot of the mistakes that I made. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. So then I started teaching classes and doing seminars, and then I started doing my own conferences. So I have a conference now that I do annually called Release the Chains. And so I just love working with men and women to help them succeed in their businesses. And the clients that I've had, they've been able to leave their 9-to-5s, and start their businesses, and are either leave their 9-to-5s and go and work their 9-to-5s part-time and work their businesses full-time. So what I'm doing is actually working, and I love it because I'm helping women create, lives that they absolutely love. So that's kind of how it got started.
Great. Well, and I was reading your book. Interesting. So you did not have any dance training or experience, but you went into a business that that you just felt a passion for, or right?
Well, I saw a need for it,
Okay.
in business, you do really well when you can create something like a push planner that people need and is going to really help solve solutions. And so with the dance school, I saw that there was a need in my community, and because there was not. See, I live in Fredericksburg, Virginia, so it's not very culturally diverse. So there was nothing here, and I came from Sacramento, California, which was totally different. And so I noticed that there wasn't anything culturally based, community based for black children, for black girls to do, right? So it just blew up because I marketed it. I just, I was out there grinding, hustling, letting everybody in Fredericksburg and Stafford know what I did, and then they just, loved the concept. Again, they loved what it would do for their children, help build their confidence. But no, I had no dance experience. I hired 7 to 8 staff.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yep, and it just grew and grew. Now, we had our rough time because, I started my dance school in 2000 originally, let me think now. I always get my dates mixed up. Was it 2004? Yes, 2004. And then I think that was 2006, 7 or something like that. We had that big, housing, the economy just went real sour. And, I had some rough times, so I learned a lot in my business. I was spending money, and, I made a lot of mistakes. And so I had to rebuild my business a couple times, and you'll read about that in my book, how I was about to give up on my dance school a couple times, but it wasn't my destiny. It was. I had to keep it going because those kids needed a place to come. But like I said, after a while, I got burned out. It's a lot managing employees because my brand was at stake, and so sometimes it was difficult for me to, deal with other people not showing up for work because they were damaging my brand. So after a while, I got tired, and I said I want to do something where I have more control of. So I love what I do now. I love it.
Right. Awesome. So I see as I was looking at the back, first thing in terms of, and it's just a tip for everybody at home, I always, when I look at a book, I look at the front, I look at the back, and, I look at the chapters, to know what, the concept, what the if the book have a chapter title, I look there to get a good understanding of what I'm reading. So I see that you have Vicki Irving as one of. I see some other people, but I do know her. So how has that relationship developed?
Oh, wow. Vicki Irving was my business coach. I love Vicki. Now me and Vicki are very good friends. I'm actually speaking at her Extreme Women's Entrepreneurs event on July 24th. And so I'm speaking at her event.
Wow.
So we're very good friends now. But, yep, I met her about 2 or 3 years ago and hired her as my coach. So we're very close.
Beautiful. Yes. She's been out there doing some tremendous work for women, superwoman lifestyle. I believe that's the. Yeah, that's great.
Yes, love Vicki.
Yeah. So principally, is your focus? Are you, how some women, they prefer to work with women, or do you feel that your message is for business people that are at this stage, business persons?
To be honest with you, as I'm shifting gears and learning more and getting more closer and more attached to my my black community, I think my idea where I'm going now is the African American community. So they can be youth, teenagers, college students, men or women. Those are the people that I want to help in business because us growing up as, black people, we don't have these skills in our families. You know what I'm saying? We have been trained and we think that we can't be successful in business. We have a lot of fears. We were shut out of entrepreneurship, for many years by our oppressors. So there were, so I know that I see what's going on as I work with women and I work with men in business. I have to help them release those chains. And some of those chains are generational curses that have been passed down to us, that we feel like, well, it's a fear, or it's they don't know. We just don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're sitting around the Thanksgiving table talking about business. We're talking about Poo-Poo and Raymond and them, or what's going on reality TV.
Yes.
The black family is not talking about business. So now, Haki, my mission is shifting a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's still about releasing the chains, but it's releasing those generational curses that have held us back as a black community.
Yes.
So my ideal client, my ideal person is a black businessman. Now, does that mean I don't have white clients? Of course not. I have a white guy. His name is Scott Loken, who's a client. I have several white women who are clients, but my ideal client is the black entrepreneur.
Wow. Well, that's beautiful. That's really on point. Absolutely. We have to really cater a message, because sometimes, what I've seen is that that many we try to do business without studying, our history, and not understanding from an economic perspective that sometimes if we're targeting certain markets have a certain amount of capital that they spend on certain things,
Right.
and some of the, like you said, some of the things are cultural. Like, for instance, yeah, I don't know how you feel, but like when I see some concerts that may cost $300 and $400, and I make a comment, for instance, about a concert that may cost $300 or $400, but and somebody say that they went to this, but you giving me talk about or back talk about why you can't spend $400 to come to something, like a power networking conference that costs equal to amount for the whole weekend, but you won't show up, but you just as happy to gloat about something that you paid for a couple of hours to jump up and down and listen to some music.
Right. Right.
So I mean, and that's where I'm just like, look, I mean, we got to get serious about this. I mean, globally speaking, we're the last on many economic indicators: unemployment, prison, poverty,
Absolutely.
and I don't know if we have too much room to play. Too much room to spend excessive amounts of money if it's not balanced with proper education. I mean, and that don't mean going to college, because
Right.
college don't teach you how to create wealth.
There you go.
I'm convinced that, especially in our community, we're not getting that from these institutions, and it's by design, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Right, right.
College teach you how to, work for somebody else, and that's okay for those that want to do that. And I do understand that. You do want to go to college, or for certain things, you got to learn a certain skill. I get it. I'm all for it. But when it comes to wealth building, if that's what you're, want to do and leave, money to your families and build wealth, it's entrepreneurship, and sometimes it's self-education.
Yes,
It's
indeed.
self-education.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And that's where what's interesting. And I always share this with people. No, I don't like really have a whole lot of conversations for employed people that, let me just make a that bridge, that are content with just the 9 to 5, go home and sit on a couch and turn on television, and I gotta be like, on a regular basis, is something going on, something constructive, I need to be around some six-figure earners and some millionaires and some people that are reading. Some folks that are reading the right books, that are showing up at workshops and conferences. It's really interesting. How What are you getting out of this conference? I mean, just on a, not to be negative, but it's like we have to, when we're talking about releasing these change, these are some of the FAQ questions or the FAQ comments that you get, like, well, what do you get from that? Like, really? What do you mean? I mean, one workshop, one conference, can raise your knowledge, just like you said with your coaching that you've done. People simply, are not aware that there's needs and demands out here, and that people are providing these services to increase, value in the society.
I totally agree. I can't even begin to tell you not just the knowledge that I've received from going to a conference, but the financial part of it that I have, because the thing about conferences is there are several reasons to go. And self-education, I want to say that, because reading, it's all together.
Right, right.
Reading, we have to feed ourselves, with knowledge. We have to learn things, learn something that we don't know, and we can learn a lot from people who have had success. And then there's the point, and the next part is unlearning, and that's where the curses come in. This what we've been taught in our community, what we should be doing, or what we've been told we should be doing. We have to unlearn some of that, and then you have to take what you learn from these experts at these conferences and actually go and do the work, and actually go and implement, what you learn. And so for me, I'm just a natural go-getter, and then the last part is build relationships. But I have been able to, I went to a conference and I invested about $2,500 total. That was because I was a vendor, I had to get a hotel room, everything that I had to do, banners and so on and so forth, right? And invest in my product, because if you don't buy, I have a product, I have to buy it before I sell it, you get what I'm saying? So about $2,500 investment. But within 2 days, I made $25,000. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm a living testimony, that you have to get out of your comfort zone. And a lot of people who have not been taught this, they're too stuck in their comfort zone. They feel, well, I'm safe here, and but what I try to remind people is that you don't know what you don't know, so go and get it, right? You got to go and get it. So I know there's a African proverb, and it says, by the time the fool has learned the game, the players have dispersed.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right. Right, we have gone somewhere else, and we're just doing it, So
Right.
So you got to get the knowledge and use it and apply it.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go to a quick break, sister. You got a few more minutes to come back, and about 10 more minutes to throw a few other questions out there for you.
Absolutely.
All right, beautiful. So we're gonna go to a quick break. I'm on with Sister Ari Squires, author, entrepreneur, life strategist, life design strategist.